Yay! Oh my goodness. Thank you, Phoenix Books. Thank you, Todd. Here we are. I'm very excited. Okay, let me say my words. I'm Meg Reynolds. I am the president of the board at Sundog, and I'm really thrilled to be welcoming this book, welcoming Bethany to the stage, and welcoming all of you here to hear these amazing words. But before I introduce Bethany, I just want to say a few words about the Sundog Book Award. Sundog's mission from its inception has been to celebrate Vermont poetry in all its forms and to amplify the work of Vermont poets. In keeping with this mission, founder Tamara Higgins and former board president Neil Shepard started the Book Award in 2020. It awards one Vermont poet publication of their first or second poetry collection, a cash prize, and promotional support for their work. In collaboration with poet and publisher Dee Cummings of the Green Writers Press of Brattleboro, the Book Award has seen the publication of 3 fabulous books of poetry: Blue Collar Sun by Lucas Farrell, Bag and Tools by Michael Fleming, and now Fire Index by Bethany Breitland. We owe our thanks to the Sundog board members, particularly Neil Shepard, for spearheading the awards effort, as well as our managing directors, former managing director Francis Cannon and current Drew Frazier, and our first readers for the Book Award, Sue Burton, Diana Whitney, Lucas Farrell, Neil Shepard, and myself. And a special thanks to our final judge, Chantalee Gander, poet and author of award-winning Ghetto Claustrophobia and the recently published Black Metamorphosis, who selected Breitland's manuscript. Black Metamorphosis is just upstairs if you're looking for another book to read on your way out. Of Breitland's work, Gander said, "Fire Index is an exploration beneath the many layers of truth, time, memory, and so many other factors that is the stuff that sometimes makes life too hot to sit with." So that brings me to Bethany and her extraordinary collection, Fire Index. Fire Index is aptly named. Each poem burns at varying degrees and volumes, consuming and renewing exactly as much as it intends. There are moments of anguish, fear, longing, intensity, and wondrous strange hauntings that leap and churn, move like fire across the landscape. However, while fire is often wild, difficult to contain, and overwhelming in scope, Breitland captures and controls the heat of her poems with careful, precise language. Whether set in her birthplace in northern Indiana or here in Vermont, these visceral and inventive poems deftly handle their subject matter: family, loss, death, identity, love, God, child-rearing, and more, with form and language that is profoundly deliberate and aware. When a poet combines this level of power with this level of precision, as a reader, you can't help but come away marked by it. And furthermore, that is the goal. As an educator, activist, poet, and graduate of the Vermont College's MFA program, Breitland recognizes the work that goes into saying what has been left intentionally unsaid, in reviving the stories long buried that burn in the earth, and in lending the poetry their proper raiments, a language rife with beauty and courage. We needn't come away unscathed by what we find here. Where can our scars lead us? How are the unheard voices calling to us through the smoke? Breitland knows, and it is here in Fire Index. So let's make so much noise for this book. Welcome up, Bethany!
It's really good to be here. So many people are here tonight that carried me through not only the last 6 years that I worked on this book, but particularly through COVID when I moved here, and really we started a whole new life, and I will forever be grateful. Something that I wrote in my acknowledgements, I want to say again. To my family chosen, that's you, given, that's them, and taken. Like the tides, I take you in, I give you back. I choose this every day. And I do. So thank you. I'd like to start out with a short poem that will hopefully frame the rest of the work. It's called Forgiveness Sometimes. Forgiveness sometimes is a fray of light from velvet feathers, red-winged blackbird, bejeweled birch tree. Sometimes it is how I walk right past. Some of the poems in this book are persona poems of my strongest and best self, and I call her my rancher, and you'll hear a couple of these. When she introduces me to barbed wire. A 72-year-old rancher sits on the porch of my ribs, smokes, and looks out over the vista of my organs. It's a place of savage industry, this ranch of my body, fusion and fission quaking. Propping her leg up on a bloodied bone, she sits on a stool up against the ramshackle cabin of my chest. She's been staring into these wild bodies for years, dog-tired but content from her day of wrangling thoughts like bulls just under my skin, checking the wells for poison. She's tanned like leather, skin roughened by the wind, hair cropped, hands calloused, man-like. Or maybe it's that she's without sex, beyond it, freed of the need for gender. I have spent my life on the outside of my body being attractive to my father, God, and other men. With serene brow, classic updos, smooth legs under a flaxen skirt, colony agreement. Nothing is supposed to change on the outside of my body. The waistline, the pursed lips, the hands folded in prayer, containment, smooth slopes, pristine landscape of the distaff. Standing at the mirror, I push sagging skin north, tilt my head left, then right, admiring, then fearing the doomed clock of muliebrity. The rancher inside my body kicks her boot right inside my side. I double over, hear her grumble into my gut. Time to grow the fuck up, Beth. It was never your face or those tits that had any power. I'm here in the gut where I've been laying fence. Leave the mirror, the satisfaction of men. Put your work boots on. This is also true, Dream 34. The tar and chip road, a cat's tongue under my bare feet. Yellow in hair and in fields, rich honey of sun, swaying grass. Then my brother in a field to the south, a boy and happy. He stays long enough for us to understand that he can go now, that I can too, that maybe suffering doesn't matter as much as it used to. The road licks my feet, nudging me. I keep moving, knowing he's safer now, no longer haunting the fence line of my heart. If you drive east toward Packerton Road, you might still see him running as the deer. Instead, Rebecca, come sit down. This is Rebecca, who goes to a high school in St. Albans and is an intern at Sundog. She's awesome. We love her. Instead, we set the fields on fire. I look forward to long talks with you. Finally, after we're dead, our ghost legs flopped over a blackened sill, the storm window with its rickety metal ridge no longer cutting into the backs of our thighs like it did when we were young, perching over the porch roof to see the moon of the young corn. It'll be cool summer nights forever. Indiana, crickets singing, freight trains fat with silage howling across the flatland. Our ghosts will smoke cigarettes together, and we shall sit, our spirits willing a heft into our backsides as we inhale. And because we're ghosts, the tar smell won't seep into our hands or our hair as it did when we were sisters. Sure signs we weren't the good girls we'd been raised to be. We'll be dead then, so we won't have to lie. We won't have to avoid talking about the nuances of love and violence we were both born into. How need and want and touch and hate bundled our bones for kindling. Prayer for something else. My friend reminds me I have to sweep the floor before I can put lace on the table. And I know she's talking about us, you and me, Lord. And I wish I could skip all this and lay out the feast, crimp the pie, feel you close to me again like I did when I hated myself. I could feed you from the fork of all my wrongdoing, and it would be called love or devotion. But God, lately I've been thinking love might not look so mutually exclusive, like me wanting to die and me wanting you to live. Maybe love doesn't look like you having to die so I can live either. Like maybe I've been loving you wrong. What I want to ask, Lord, what I want to say so much that my heart is squeezing my throat and stinging my eyes is this. Will you help me sweep my religion away? Can you become a woman and I a stag? Can you become a tree and I a song? Or maybe a pregnant cloud and I the rain, turning into each other, turning out of each other over and over. I lost my place because I got so into it. Where am I? This is a dream come true. Thank you. Instructions for October. Collect it all in a 50-gallon drum. Other people's secrets you've told, all the times you believed in your own innocence, or when you let the fruit rot on the counter, when you lied to the man you loved, or you nursed the baby drunk. Put them in with the dress your father made you, then his fist on your fontanelle. The day you wrote your new name. Birthday parties in the yard, dance-offs in the kitchen. And don't forget the beauty of your 17-year-old body, or the victory of the first time you jump-started a car, when all the babies were born alive. Started telling the truth, the homemade jam, all of that. Find a kitchen match, old-fashioned. Remember when you actually used them. Embrace your age and that you came from nothing. Strike. Light your cigarette, and then toss the torch on your tender frailty. Watch it flicker, then smoke, then catch. Warm your hands at the heat, and thank God. This is another rancher poem. When she tells me to grow up. The rancher inside me does all the heavy lifting while I'm off feminine side saddle skirting what I don't want to look at. She's the one who knocks down my lung door at 2 a.m, waking me up in a cold sweat to remind me that this American dream I finally got was just some trumped up scam marketing my survival mind made. She only startles me awake when it is quiet enough for me to imagine rats in the air ducts. A phobia so strong, I wonder how much I want it to be true. How much I want to be able to relieve my mind and say, yep, I knew it. Rats, fucking rats the whole time. So I stay there waiting for her to tear through some fascia, some construction I've made from habit over and over, making the resigned genuflection of my toy womanhood. She usually tells me there are fucking rats in the barn of my heart again because I haven't shoveled the stalls for over a week now. Do the work, she says. But tonight, I'm already awake before she tugs at my paranoia like a long-roped bell. Something's wrong, and it's not in the crawl space. Between my legs, a fever is coming on, and soon enough, I'm pissing hot red shame. Bladder screaming, infection screaming, pay attention. What now? I ask, because I can feel her leaning on my sternum. She's getting tired, or maybe it's old. I can't tell which. She says, Beth, you're goddamn killing me with all this guilt. It's flooding the fields, and I can't get seed to stick. It's okay. You changed your mind. I walk her inside my heart, lay a quilt over her resting body, sit on the edge of her narrow bed. What do I do? She motions for me to light her cigarette as she spits into a blue bandana, then pats my knee. Remember the first time you heard my voice? You were in front of a mirror, doing just what your daddy taught you to do, counting up all the ways you should hate yourself, sleuthing around for something wrong. What did I say? I lean over and take a drag of her cigarette, smiling at the memory. You said, "Grow the fuck up, Beth. Get some discipline." This next poem is called Discipline. It's another series in the book where I do a glossary of terms and I define certain words that have been pivotal to me. Discipline, from the Middle English, senses relating to punishment, to training, instruction, or method to mold the mind and character and instill a controlled and effective manner. Then, spare the rod, spoil the child. Then, train the child in which she shall go, and she will not depart from it. Now, broad blade of grass, late summer, light crawls with the calculated risk of a wolf spider, no web to snare the oncoming frost. This is my practice, to succumb to all I have left done and undone. Get low with the weight of self-pity, bent so south I take a hard look at my bunioned feet. I decide to love them, my feet. I decide to love the grass they're standing in and the cold morning dew, the fire I'll pop them up toward in a month, and the lake they sloshed around last Monday. I practice deciding all damn day long. Shame and remorse cower in their low gravel cough of addiction. I decide to love them too, those sad beggars. They die completely taken by surprise every night. Are we doing okay? Are you okay? Okay, okay. This poem is for my babies. When the summer comes. When the summer comes, I'll walk into the fields north of the house. The neighbor, that one in the back row, will meet me at our boundary line, point out the good wood brought down by yesterday's storm. The chainsaw with that new blade makes light work of an oak and 2 birch. The kids will help stack, grumble that this is worse than weeding. They won't know to give a damn for the oil bills come November. Their beautiful arms tanned, their faces flushed. Later, we'll unwrap sandwiches in front of the lake. Somebody will complain they didn't want mustard, while the other searches for cell service. We'll joke some. We'll see how fast we can swim to the buoy. Then on the drive home, windows down so the wind can dry our hair, I will choose this life over and over. It's like totally emotional for me. Okay, so this is like the benediction, okay? Fire index. Altar, see sacrifice. Altar, see memory. America, see gravel, see plow. Barbed wire, see boundary, see open field. Body of earth, see integration. Body of woman, see open field. Boundary, see marriage. Brother, see ghost. Burning, see home. Bury, see plow. Children, see sacrifice, see home. Christianity of white America, see burning. Cog in wheel, see woman. Daughter, see vegetable seed. Desert, see home. Discipline, see misunderstanding. See open field. Divorce, see altar. See open field. Fable, see hard truth. See memory. Family, see open field. Fire, see fire. See fire. See fire. Forgiveness, see marriage. Ghost, see white-tailed deer. God, see open field. Gold, see God. Guilt, see sin. See silence. Gravel, see children. Home, see quiet. Hard truth, see gravel. Integration, see open field. Lung, see forgiveness. Livestock, see livestock. See cog in wheel. Livestock, see misunderstanding. Loneliness, see bury. Marriage, see altar. See open field. Memory, see sorrow. See boundary. Misunderstanding, see family. Mother, see snow. Open field, see God. See burning. Plow, see restitution. Quiet, see snow. Responsibility, see woman. Restitution, see lung. See guilt. See fire. Sacrifice, see misunderstanding. Silence, see sin. Sin, see sacrifice. See burn. Sister, see snow. Snow, see sorrow. Soil, see home. Soldier bird, see forgiveness. See body of earth. Sorrow, see open field. Tower, see snow. Turn, see livestock. Vegetable seed, see forgiveness. Water, see hard truth. White-tailed deer, see lung. Woman, see snow. Winter, see open field. See body of woman. See open field. Thank you.